Yeah, can I speak to the doctor? Yeah, the one with the Jewish name. That's him. Okay. Hey, doctor. Okay, look. Yeah, it's Jay. I understand. I called you last night. 1 a.m. is still morning. Dude, it's like fire. What do you mean? That's not toothpaste. You're telling me that I rub toothpaste all over my... Oh, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Jay the Plug, and welcome to Warzone.
Let's get ready to rumble. Step into the war zone. 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 Friday night war zone. Friday night war zone. Hey yo, it's Phil Flames. I'm with Mike on the Mic and Joe Morley. About to bring you more heat. Welcome to the war zone. You can have a floor seat. Watch them on your iPhone. Watch them on your Galaxy. It's a sports debate show. Straight up out of SoCal. Gather around the laptop. Friday nights it goes down. And we on the radio. Coming to your locale. Got into the third round. Better bring the smoke now. Step into the war zone. 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 Friday night war zone. Friday night war zone. Step into the 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 war zone. Friday night war zone. Friday night war zone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the War Zone. I'm Joe Morley. That's my co-host, Mike on the Mic. You guys know us from Friday Night Wars. Today, we're going to bring in a special guest. I didn't know that it was Special Hat Day, so I'm going to put mine on. What? If we want to go Patrick Mahomes and some top hat, Alice in Wonderland looking thing over there with our special guest, Plugged In with Jay. But during the football season, you might know him as the Fantasy Football Plug Podcast, Jay the Plug.
What's up, gentlemen? Thank y'all so much for having me, man. I've been kind of looking forward to this for a little while. Mike flaked on me before, but you know, whatever.
I flaked. Whoa.
You chose.
I don't have a job. It's both of you. You both are the
Neither
problem.
do I now.
Oh,
Mike's a flake. Mike's a flake. Agreed. 2 against 1. We voted. Mike's a flake. There it is. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I have somebody on my side. It's me and the Plug versus Mike. Mike's been bringing his friends on.
Hang on. I know. Wait, Joe, I never said that, man. No, man, you're a real butthole to me.
and the real problem with
I thought we were friends.
Joe, the real
we were in
problem.
Tom Brady hater club. We were like 1, and now you're
hate Tom Brady.
Now you're breaking the news to me.
Well, the real problem is, Joe, is
I'm good.
they come on and they initially want to be on your side, and then you start talking, and it's like, how can you be on your side after you start talking?
But look at this cute face. The face is what sucks. These eyes. Look at these eyes, Mike. When you look into these eyes, you fall in love.
What are those? Green, blue? What are those? Hazel?
What do you want them to be, huh? What?
Yeah.
What are you into?
Yeah.
Whatever you into, Jay.
You're winning me, Joe. You're
Jay,
good.
I'm bringing you over. Come on over.
The pick
Jay.
on our guests.
You can tell guys it's going to be an exciting, fun show already. Jay, please let them know where they can find you at.
I mean, right here, right now. No, you can check me out on Instagram. That's where I started everything, where I met these two fine gentlemen here. Joe, especially fun in my eyes. Anyway, so Instagram, I am plugged in with Jay now. I was the FF Plug podcast. Joe's going to take that from me. So now I am plugged in with Jay. It's my interview show. But whenever the season starts back up, I will get way back into fantasy football and help everybody out with that. I've got my YouTube if anybody wants to check out some of those interviews, some of my plug PSAs. Twitter, I'm on there. I don't know what the name is. I'm not good with this stuff, but come check me out. But I'm right here, right now with you guys, and I'm telling you, I've been excited about this for a while. So thank y'all for having me.
And you're going to become a rap superstar, right? Or a singer, songwriter. You and T-Pain going to make a song, write like the one they did with Lonely Island about how he's on a boat.
Yeah, we're going to, fun fact. T-Pain, my close personal friend, he wrote a song called "I'm on a Boat." Hates, yeah. He wrote a song, "I'm on a boat," but hates being on boats. So that's it. Maybe not as fun as I thought, but whatever.
Well, maybe he was just telling. That's how he talked to himself, because it's always like, "I'm on a boat, bitch," and maybe he's just telling himself like, "Bitch, stop being a bitch. Stop being a bitch.
Get on a boat already, would you?
Get on the boat. You'll be all right." I'm not calling T-Pain a bitch. I like T-Pain. I don't know him personally like you do. Don't come after me, T-Pain. Don't steal my girl. Don't do anything like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because T-Pain watches the show.
Girlfriend's boyfriend.
Because there's a lot of people that watch this show, Jay. I don't know if you know this, but he's probably one of them. T-Pain's probably one of them.
He'll watch this one.
Oh boy.
I'll send it to him.
No pressure.
Hey, babe, lock it up.
Joe's gonna 100% certain that Joe's gonna say something real dumb that's gonna inspire T-Pain to make a good song. I guarantee it on this episode. It's coming.
As long as I get to wear the bikini in the back of the music video, I'm just.
Yeah, Joe's a hell of a dancer. Hell of a dancer.
Yeah, and I try to get Mike to dance on the show. I try to get our guests to dance on here. So there'll probably be a point in there where we're gonna be dancing, and I'll get you to dance. You'll be taking that hat off, and you'll be like, "Ooh!" I'm gonna take this hat off. It's getting on my nerves. Go back to the Raiders.
I mean, that's a goofy hat too. So
because I know Jay loves the Raiders. So we ready to get into some topics? Are we ready? We've done joking around a little bit. Get some serious. Get your serious face on. Mike, put a serious face on. Whatever. We'll deal with that one. We'll that's okay.
Mike's serious face is looking side to side. like he's nervous.
Like, what did I get into? What did I get? This is the war zone. This is welcome to the war zone with Plugged In with Jay. So we're sitting here and we're getting plugged in with Jay. So I'm going to ask Jay the first question. We all saw it. We all saw it. We saw the Packers lose to Tom Brady and Jay's favorite player in the world, Tom Brady, the GOAT, right? That's what some people say. I'm not saying it. But anyways, the Packers lost. What does it mean for the Packers and Aaron Rodgers going forward?
I honestly don't think it means anything for Aaron Rodgers. I think he's staying put. I don't see him anywhere else. I think it means something for LaFleur. But I don't see Rodgers leaving. I just don't. It's hard to see him going anywhere.
Good old field goal LaFleur.
Yeah, and you got to remember, I mean, he just lost the NFC title game for the third straight season. He's pretty emotional after that game in that press conference. Aaron Rodgers is usually very good with the press, and he doesn't say anything by mistake typically. And I don't think he said it by mistake. This is probably a thought that's been in his head, in previous seasons. I know there was some talk that there was some conflict between him and LaFleur when they first got together. So I don't think it was completely random or just completely emotional. I mean, it's in his head, but to see him get traded this offseason like that, I don't see the Packers being down to do it because they're not. Jordan Love, I don't think, is ready. I mean, I haven't seen him play yet, but, filling Aaron Rodgers' shoes. Aaron Rodgers did something that you see once in a lifetime, filling Brett Favre's shoes. I don't think Jordan Love's going to be able to do that. So I don't think the Packers are even ready for Aaron Rodgers to go. They got to do something, though, because he's probably got to tell them, like, hey, if you guys want me to stick around, why don't you do something? There's going to be a lot of wide receivers going everywhere. They could pick up a nice wide receiver, too, for Devontae Adams. There's going to be guys available for trade that are going for 5th and 6th round picks that immediately could help your defense out. Do something. It's not even about, like, I need all this help. I'm Aaron Rodgers. I don't need all this help. But show me that you want to take the next step to the Super Bowl because we just keep doing this same thing over and over again. Same thing over and over again. And the Saints went all in and the Buccaneers went all in, but the Packers stayed the same. And me and Joe talked about it a bunch of times. You're kind of asking to get knocked off at that point.
Well, I saw something today about all their draft picks, and only 2 of them out of the 7 or 8 draft picks, only 2 of them actually got on the field this year. And one of them was like 14 plays. The other one was AJ Dillon. You saw what he did. So it's not like they got any production besides one good game, week 17 out of AJ Dillon. That's it out of your draft class. And that's what you're hoping to. And then I did a little research, and I'm with you guys. I don't think the Packers are going to go out and just say, hey, Aaron Rodgers, we're trading you. I think they're going to ask him. I think everything's on Aaron Rodgers. I think it's on him. If he says, because he even said it himself, I'm in doubt of coming back. So that makes me think that he's thinking about it. He's seen all his friends go, everybody else leave, and he's 38 years old. So of course he's thinking about it. He's a 2-time MVP. He's won a Super Bowl. He has nothing else to prove. But he does have a big cap hit. But the Packers traded him. The Packers are going to be what? I think I looked it up. They're over 28 million over the cap already for next year. By getting rid of him, they're only going to save 5 million. So it's not like that's who they got to get rid of. We got to get rid of. So if he wants to play, I think he's there. It's 4,000 yards seasons the last 3 years, and his interception rate's unreal. Like I had to add up 5 seasons worth of interceptions just to get him over 20, just so I could say he threw the 20 interceptions. 5 seasons to get him over that.
Wow, man, that's insane.
He's an elite.
But Jordan Love is from my hometown, so I want to see him play. Nah, I'm just kidding. You guys know that, right? Jordan Love's from the same hometown as Derek Carr.
That's cool.
Where the fuck
Cool
is
little
Derek
fun
Carr from?
Listen,
Fake Eddie.
Bakersfield, California. If you from Bakersfield, let me know.
I'm not.
So-
Nope.
What?
I
Nobody?
pass through there every once in a while.
Crickets.
Fun place. Lots of dirt.
Ryan Matthews. You remember Ryan?
I know Ryan Matthews.
Oh yeah, man.
He's that one guy. Oh man, don't get me started on Ryan Matthews. I swear, this guy rolled his ankle getting off the bus once and missed the game because of that. This guy was the most injury-prone dude in the history of football.
So we're
Got an injury in a
thinking-
video game and decided to call it quits.
So we're thinking Aaron Rodgers and the Packers probably thinking, hey, we made it to the conference championship game. We're just right there. Why not just run it back again? You think they're just happy with going to the conference championship and just losing?
I just don't say. I think Rodgers is coming back. I really do. I think, and I'll talk about something else later on with another question, but I think Aaron Rodgers is coming back. I really do.
They put him on the list of an expert or so-called, I don't know what the hell you call these anonymous league. I hate that shit. If you're gonna be a man about it, if you're gonna talk crap about somebody, come out and say it, right? Anyways, somebody came out today and they said they expect 18 quarterback changes next year. 18, and Aaron Rodgers was one of them on the list. And you know who didn't make the list? Derek Carr. That's kind of weird. So you're gonna make a list, and you're not gonna put. I mean, I like Derek Carr. I'm saying I'll be happy if the Raiders bring him back. But wouldn't that be a destination that you would think that where Aaron Rodgers would go to if you were going to say he's going to change teams?
Oh yeah, man. Shouldn't he? That'd be a great
18's
spot.
a lot. 18's a lot. 18's a lot. Maybe 8.
That's a lot, man.
Maybe 8, 9. Maybe we could see 18 starting positions turnover, but that's including guys like Sam Darnold. That's including guys like Jacksonville's going to pick up a quarterback first overall, including possibly Danny Dimes getting replaced, maybe Dak Prescott, like things that are already set to
Yeah,
happen.
Matt Stafford and the Lions.
Yeah, we're talking 18. They make it sound like everyone is going to switch quarterbacks this offseason except for the Chargers.
We're not talking about that. Stop. See,
Got to do it once.
it always goes back.
Got to do it
Justin
once an
Herbert.
episode.
It always does.
Got to do it once an episode.
So let me ask you about the game, because you guys watched the game. You guys were watching the game. On that third down, the third and what? I think they were at were they on the 11? How far were they from
8-yard line? 8-yard.
8-yard line? Do you think he would have made it? Like, I went back and I looked at the
On
play.
fourth down? You're talking about the field goal?
No, I'm talking about the play before it, where it was Aaron Rodgers, and he had like, if he would have just ran,
he could have run it in.
goal line,
Yeah.
I think he would have ran it. And I'm yelling at. I'm not even a Packer fan. I'm like, run, and I don't know if he would have made it, because I think
He would have made that, man.
JPP was right there, so he would have had a good angle. But I think he would at least got to the 2, maybe the 1-yard line, if not scored.
Yeah, I think he would have scored. Looking at it, I mean, JPP was there, but he wasn't. He'd have to be I don't know, man. I've seen Aaron Rodgers run the ball, and Aaron Rodgers isn't like, like Phillip Rivers or Matt Ryan or Drew Brees, and takes 15 minutes to run 5 yards. He's a lot faster. I think he could have made it. I really do. And I'm sitting there just yelling at the screen like, you son of a bitch, run. And he just, I don't know, man.
The old Rodgers would have took off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what was there something in his head thinking I'm too old to do this, or what? You think he just never even crossed his mind?
Man, I don't know, man. Rodgers is the type of guy who, like, from what I'm looking at, like, Aaron Rodgers is the type that would put it on the line to get to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those guys that will throw himself up. It's like Elway. Like, Elway did that, you know, like, will take off running to get to a Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl. But yeah, regardless of how old he is, but I don't know.
I think he had a brain fart, and I think he makes it at the pylon. I don't know. JPP is that much faster than Aaron Rodgers. They're probably pretty close if they got lined up next to each other and sprint. But he had a path to the pylon to dive at the pylon, and imagine that picture all over the newspapers today of Aaron Rodgers diving at that pylon to win the game at the end right there, or at least tie the game up and possibly win it later. And the way the momentum was going, I think Green Bay wins if they can score on that possession.
For sure.
It's not like JPP would have got a whole handful, right? He would have probably been one finger short.
You're an ass.
Too far?
It reminded me of a play a couple years ago. Brett Favre, he was not playing for the Packers anymore. He's playing for the Minnesota Vikings, but it's just ironic that Brett Favre rolls out right, has a wide open lane to run for a first down that would have iced the game. Instead, throws a pick, and you know what happened next? The Saints went all the way to the Super Bowl because of that. And that's the first thought that went into my head when I saw Rodgers throw into that double coverage on third down. And I saw how much space he had. I was like, oh, no, he just Brett Favre. He overthought it. And Brett Favre looks back at that film and probably says, yeah, I could have taken 5 steps forward and gotten the first down. Aaron Rodgers can look back at the film and say, man, I could have ran that in, and I really regret it. I don't think he did it maliciously. I don't think he was scared. None of that. I just think he had a brain fart. He realized it was 8 yards and was thinking all pass the whole way. He didn't think about it.
He wanted Devontae Adams to catch a touchdown. He wanted to give his boy a touchdown. I get that.
Okay, and that field goal. We all admit, I mean, I don't know. I'm with you guys. Don't kick the damn field goal. You have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. You go. And you go for it. I don't know what they were thinking. Anyways, Jay, kick the field goal, or are you going for the touchdown?
Go for it. Are you kidding me? It's Aaron Rodgers.
And Aaron Rodgers kind of hit in that at the end of the game. I don't know if you guys saw a little bit of his press conference when he goes, they would have took like an active, basically, I don't know the wording, but he was saying it was going to take a lot to talk LaFleur into allowing him to go for it. So he just didn't even try, but he wanted to go for it. That competitor in him wanted to go for it, but you gave the ball back to Tom Brady, hoping for a miracle. What did you think was going to happen? I don't get it. I don't know. What did being down by 5 and being down by 8, what does that change? What did that change?
And that's the thing.
You saw that play where it was almost the exact same position where he threw it to Tanyan for a touchdown. Tanyan was alone. You got a guy like Tanyan who can catch the ball like at a tight end position like that. I mean, he's huge. He's way bigger than anybody else on the defense that's holding him. He's a lot faster than anybody who was on him. Then you have Devontae Adams that they're smothering. Just don't throw it to 19. Don't throw it to Lazard. Throw it to somebody else. MVS was going crazy. I mean, Jones wasn't in, but I mean, Jamal Williams.
St. Brown.
Yeah, St. Brown. Equiminius.
Drop City.
I look like wearing this hat. I look like my name should be Equiminius or something.
That's true. Yeah, and I think it was bad playing calling in the plays before. If you run a draw play on first down, you're going to get at least 3 or 4 yards. So there you go. You got 3 shots at a 4-yard pass, or you can still run the ball again. And now you're looking at maybe a 2 or 1 yard. They didn't run the ball a single time in that possession with time to do it. And then also calling the kick the field goal. Like Joe is saying, you were hoping for a miracle after kicking that field goal. I mean, do you want to bet on a miracle? Do you think it's more likely that a miracle is going to take place in the field that night? Or do you think it's more likely that Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks ever, is going to get you 8 yards? Which chance do you want to take? I think I'm taking the 8 yards.
Yeah.
All I know is Winston was probably sitting on his couch going, I could throw 3 interceptions and 3 touchdowns too, Tom Brady.
You just had to throw it in there, right?
I just had to throw it in there. You know what's coming.
Not even gonna get going. Not even gonna go down that train. Not even go down there.
I was saying, when you pick off Tom Brady 3 times and you score 6 points, you kind of deserve to lose. And I know a lot of Packer fans are out there crying today about, and you know what? That pass interference at the end of the game, was it pass interference? Yes. Was it one of those plays that you could have not even cared about if you would have went for the touchdown and hopefully got it? And you still, yes, that was one of the miracles you were hoping for. Were they not calling penalties all day and they called that bull crap? Yeah. but that's what you get for not going for it on 3rd or 4th and 8 or whatever, 4th and goal. That's one of the things that you were hoping wasn't going to be called, and it's going to be called every time.
Yeah, and the entire game, like, they weren't calling that kind of stuff, but that was probably the most blatant one of the game. The jersey stretched out. Tyler Johnson did an amazing job. I know that he didn't. No, he did a great job selling it. I mean, that was almost impossible not to call, and the ref thought about it. He was like, "I'm not going to call it. We're not calling penalties." But he's like, "Man, I just can't," because he knows the backlash that would have came if you see that photo, that jersey stretching out.
That undershirt was stretching like cheese off of pizza, man.
I mean,
the first time I saw it, I was like, nope.
Yeah, the other ones was like someone caught a hip, someone caught a shoulder pad. Like, yeah, it's holding, but you can ignore that kind of stuff. The jersey stretching, that's too much. It's too much.
The fix was in. The fix was in.
It's in.
Yeah, hey, the referees didn't know who to go collect money from, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady after that game, right? They were confused as well. That's why I like that one meme that of Leonardo DiCaprio as the referee, and it says, "And not Tom Brady not going to the Super Bowl." He's like,
they're sitting there with the drink. Is like he's laughing.
Yeah, okay, Tom Brady's going, guys. Speaking about conference championships, right? Let's talk about the other one. Let's flip on over to the Bills one. Was the conference championship stage a little bit too big for Mr. Josh Allen?
Man, Josh Allen is one of my favorite quarterbacks in the game. Like, not even talking about fantasy wise, but like just one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. And I mean, he's getting to that status, but I think it was too much for him. I think he tried. Let's see, you know how some running backs will try and force it and they can't seem to move anything, but then if they got relaxed, they can just run for yard. I think that's what happened. I think it was just a little bit too much for him. He finally has that receiver in Diggs who's stepping up. I love their dynamic and the way that they mesh together. I think they're going to be incredible going forward. I just think it was a little bit too much. But like he said at the press conference, they're getting there. They're working on the things that they need to. But I think it was just a little bit too much for him. It was too much pressure because they hadn't been to an AFC championship game in how long? Like, man, was it the Cowboys when they went to the Super Bowl against Cowboys?
Yeah, it's been a long. I'm not that old. It's probably when I was a little kid. I was still probably in diapers and stuff. Well, I kind of still am, but when I was a little kid.
When I was a little kid in diapers, not when I was an adult.
Not now. No.
I get the feeling that Allen. I mean, he'll going forward. I believe they're going to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty. I really do. I don't know if they'll ever hit a Super Bowl, but I mean, they're going to be one of those teams that's just going to get right there every year for a while, as long as they keep the dynamic that they've got, as long as they don't make too many changes. Their defense is strong. Josh Allen is unreal. He didn't rush the ball a lot this season, I realized, but still got it done in the passing game. I mean, everything seemed to be clicking for him. I think it was the lights, being under the lights, man. I think it got a little bit to be too much for him.
Yeah, they jumped out to a quick 9-0 lead, and I was like, oh, snap. I'm about to use a split on this Chiefs prediction. But then when the Chiefs went on that 14-0 run, made those huge plays, there was a camera shot of Josh Allen on the field. I think it was after a first down incompletion or something like that, and his eyes were wide. And I was like, that's not Josh Allen. The dude's usually real calm, real relaxed, unaffected by mistakes. He still has a wild arm. He still overthrows every once in a while, but then you see him throw the next one on the money. He didn't do that last night. He looked nervous. I think he was nervous. I think that really affected his play in a game where you're already need to play a super clean, perfect game because the Chiefs are an amazing football team. Just all of that together, yeah, the Bills just weren't ready for that moment. But getting there is a huge success, and it is a huge leap forward. It is way more than anyone expected from the Bills this year. Some people were saying they were going to win the AFC East, but I did not imagine they were going to be that good. I didn't imagine they were going to be that good.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think it was in his head. I think they need to get a running back this offseason to take a little pressure off him. But I think not just Josh Allen, I think Sean McDermott, I think they both overthought a lot of the situations. And you're playing the Chiefs. Of course you're going to overthink a lot of stuff. Of course you're going to do it. And you already lost to him once, so you're trying to think of what worked good, what didn't work. And then you have the big lead, and then it's gone now. So, yeah, I think it got into him. I think, but like you said, They made the strides. And just like the Cleveland Browns, the Buffalo Bill fans should be happy of where you got. Now and you could say, well, the conference championship, he just played 2 other playoff games. Yeah, but you're not sitting there going, if I lose this game or if I win this game, I'm going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to the biggest stage of them all. The other ones, you're like, oh, I just lost a playoff game. I got to move on. Now you're going, I'm going to the Super Bowl, right? And you got to look back. This was a tough road for Buffalo. It was a tough road. They played the Colts first round. The Colts, like the best defense then they had to play Baltimore, which was a tough game. And then Kansas City. I mean, sometimes, you're just a team and you run out of gas. And for a team that's not used to winning, I mean, this is the first time somebody won that division that's not named the Patriots in a long time. So,
yeah, no kidding. Yeah, they definitely showed out for sure. But you're right. I mean, it's just like I was saying whenever the Saints played Tampa Bay. I was like, it is really tough to beat a team 3 times in a row. And Buffalo played very similar teams 3 times in a row. Besides, the Colts having Phillip Rivers, who's not very mobile as a quarterback, but tough matchups 3 times in a row. It was if they would have beat Kansas City, man, that would have been just awesome. But I did not see that happening.
3 very complete teams.
People were saying before the game, Josh Allen is on the same level as Patrick Mahomes right now. Let's calm it down. Before this year and even into this year, like the first 3 games, people were like, Josh Allen's MVP. Then they saw the real Josh Allen. And like you said, Plug, he wasn't running as much this year. And that's what I thought was making him grow as a quarterback, is he was actually sitting back and not just taking off. He was watching the whole field. And I think that's where Diggs comes in and helps him. He grew a lot. And yet I don't think he is the league MVP this year. He might win it just because that's what they like. They like to give it to new people. I still think Aaron Rodgers gets it even with this loss. But he made so many strides. Like last year, people wouldn't even talk about Josh Allen as a top 4, top 5 quarterback in the league. Now he's in that conversation. So he's making the strides. He's only 25 years old. He'll be back.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. He'll continue to get better and better. And I would love to see him. And see, this is I always go back to this because I'm just so into fantasy football, man. I want him to run. I love a mobile quarterback, especially one that plays like you didn't expect it. Last season, whenever they were playing the Vikings and he hurdled, who was it? Was it Griffin? Everson Griffin? I can't remember. He hurdled somebody, and I mean, they didn't even touch him, and everybody's like, "Oh shit, this kid!" And then from that point, he just started making people look stupid. But this year, yeah, he hung out. He hung back in the pocket more, threw the ball. Lot better accuracy than he had last season. But I think that had to do a lot with Diggs, and I think they made a very, very, very good move to get him for sure. I think they're going to continue to do well. And I'm happy for him. I like the Bills.
He moves and runs around a lot like prime Cam Newton, but has a cannon. And it's ridiculous. I love it. He's fun to watch.
I feel like he's got more poise than Cam Newton.
Yeah, and getting him Diggs, that was maybe the best move of the offseason. That was an amazing move by the Bills.
Now they just need a running game.
Yeah. That's it.
You get that running game and take a little bit of pressure out of them, because you saw it at the end of some of these games early in the playoffs. They couldn't run the ball to waste some time. And that's what allowed some of these teams to come back, is you got to waste some time too. You can have a great offense and you can have a great quarterback, but if you can't run that ball to waste some time, you're going to allow some of these good teams to come back on you.
Right.
And
yeah, your quarterback can't be your running game.
You lost to Kansas City, Buffalo. Hold your head up high.
Yeah.
Hold your head up high.
Nothing wrong with that.
They're probably going to go win it.
Because there's only one team that really beat Kansas City, right, Mike? Only one team that really beat Kansas City head-to-head this year. You already know.
Even blind squirrels find nuts once in a while, Joe.
Yeah. Sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while.
There's only one team in 8 quarters this year to outscore Kansas City, and that's this team right
I have a question, Joe. What was the Raiders' final record?
It doesn't matter.
No.
They beat
Seriously.
Kansas City.
Was it 7-9? 7-9, right?
It was above the Chargers, though.
It was 7-9, right?
It's above the Chargers.
Well, that's the thing is the Chargers were never in the playoff picture. The Chargers were like 1-5 or 2-7 or something like that. And you were just talking trash. How did we end up with the same record when you guys were competing for a playoff spot? I don't understand how it all went down that way.
Draft picks. We went for draft picks.
All right.
That's what Eagle fans would say, right?
All right,
that's what Eagle fans would say. I'm just jumping on the Eagles band right now. If they go for no, it happens. Some teams start off hot. Some teams have a good early schedule. Some teams have bad, and you just fall off. And that's why, just like when I tell people not to pay attention to the first quarter of what is Jay doing? Not to pay attention to first quarter of NFL games, just like yesterday. If you would have thought Buffalo would have won, if all you thought was the first quarter. But I always still say that about the start of the NFL season. You have to wait till after the first 4 games of the season to find out if a team is for real or if they're just faking it. After 4 games into the season, you know who's for real in the NFL season, and that's how I base it on. So, yeah, I do get excited over some of the Raiders things, and I always will. If they knock off a team like the Saints, like they did this year, I'm gonna celebrate. They knock off the Chiefs, I'm gonna celebrate because I don't get to celebrate often, and I'll take those little victories.
Okay.
That was a good speech, Joe. We'll clip that out and put it on the Instagram page or something nice.
What do you say?
He just said something about the Raiders and yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Raiders. Jay, who's your second favorite team if you weren't rooting for the Saints?
The Bills. No, the Raiders. The Raiders.
That's right. A little bit of everybody. We'll go a little bit off
because
topic.
Because of Darren Waller, that's why.
We'll
Darren
go a little
Waller's
bit off
my
topic.
Favorite team.
Because nobody wants to talk about the Bills. We can only talk about the Bills so much, and it would have been a fun story to talk about Buffalo, and would have been jumping into tables right now. You know, all this old school stuff would have came out.
Dude, my hat is off to that to the Buffalo Bills fans. I don't know if either of y'all have been put through a table. That hurts.
They're crazy. They lost.
What about
They're
the guys
insane, and those aren't even they are crazy. It's hilarious. It is awesome.
I would start something cool with the Chargers fans like that, but I'm the one. I'm the Chargers fans.
Well, I was gonna say there's only 6 of you guys. You guys have like a little town hall meeting. You could probably get some stuff going.
Do like a tag team match for all 4 of you.
Like
our thing's gonna be dumpsters. We're gonna be trash cans. We're gonna throw each other in the trash cans.
I love the table jump. Don't get me wrong. If you go through a table, I saw some guys set one on fire, do all that stuff. But I also love when they don't break and
the bloopers.
Like, ooh, you know, like Buffalo Bills just made you paralyzed for the rest of your life. Dude. Like,
Those mafia baby.
like I'm like, oh damn.
Nothing makes you feel small than if you don't break a table. If you don't go through it, that sucks. That's happened to me. It shit hurts.
Especially like if you got your girlfriend there or your whatever, your significant other, you're like, hey baby, check this out. And then you just straight hurt yourself. Like, guess we're going to the emergency room tonight, babe.
That seems like some shit that Gronkowski would do, even if it wasn't game day. A dumb shit.
But see, everybody talks about Gronkowski being a risk taker and all that. But did you? We're going off subject. It's cool because that's what we do here on Welcome to the Warzone with Jay, the plug. That's what we do. So I don't know if you guys watched WrestleMania this year. You guys know Gronk was a wrestler before he signed back with Tampa Bay. Well, there's some stuff that comes out that Gronk had to do a dive from the top, from a top rafter. He had to jump off onto other wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't want to do it. And all this things about Gronk being a big dude, he didn't want to do it. You know who showed him and who went up and did it?
Pat McAfee?
No, Vince McMahon.
Oh.
Vince McMahon went up there, jumped off and said, that's how you do it. That's how you do it, Gronk. And then they had to put a pad down and let him try it.
They're there to catch you. They catch you and they fall.
Wait, Vince McMahon did a dive at his age?
Yeah, man. He's awesome, dude.
Damn.
That dude, that's one thing I really respect about the McMahons, man. They will get in there and they will fight and they'll do a hell of a match. But the thing is they don't know how to land. They don't know how to throw themselves or take care of anybody else who's in the ring with them. They have no idea.
It goes into their character. It goes into their character. They're still
They just go ham and hopefully, I mean, they're the ones who signed the check. So fuck you if you get hurt. So yeah.
Shane McMahon jumped off the top of the Hell in a Cell when I was there in Dallas.
He did.
Straight off. Like, I mean, they're out there doing the same thing. They're crazy too, but I'm just saying, Gronk, he lives it up, but there's some things he is scared about.
Yeah.
But he's going to the Super Bowl too, so good for him.
Like math and education.
Oh yeah. I don't knock Gronk. Gronk seems like one of those guys that doesn't do anything, but I've read some stuff on him and what like from what I've read, did you know he only lives off his endorsement money?
Yeah. Yeah. I had a
That's
guy I
smart.
worked with that started up a like those clothing boxes, those boxes that they send to your house. You pick what clothes you want and you can send it back or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I know
those
what you're talking about. I'd never get those because fat guys always get hated on. But it's
Well,
cool.
this is actually made for bigger guys, and he went in with Gordy Gronkowski, his dad, and Gronk invested in it. Like he's very, very good at investing. His dad's really smart. His dad's a real smart guy, and yeah, he only lives off his investments. All NFL money is he hasn't spent a penny of it. It's crazy.
It's pretty.
It's I like hearing stories like that because so many times we hear about NFL players that do all this, put their life on the line because NFL is not an easy game. You're getting hit, you're getting knocked around, you're getting concussed, and all these players do it for nothing. At the end of their career, they're broke as hell. And so I like to hear the stories about the guys that are investing correctly or the guys that are helping the NFL players help out and, make sure their money's going for a long way because I hate to see them have nothing at the end of their career and be broken walking. Right.
There was a show that he was doing. It was him, Patrick Peterson, and Melvin Gordon, of all people. It was like Shark Tank, but for the athletes, they would invest in companies. It was real cool. I don't know why it didn't take off.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon's my favorite.
Is it? I bet.
Love that guy.
So you're always rooting for people that underperform on the field. That's cool. Let's jump into our third topic. Jay, you're a Saints fan. You're a Saints fan.
A little bit.
I did root for the Saints this year. I wasn't rooting for them because I root for the Raiders, but I did think the Saints were going all in. I thought this is the year for them because of so much that has to overturn next year. And maybe I'm wrong, but you're the Saints fan. What are you expecting from your Saints next year?
Well, first thing is, until I hear from Drew Brees that he's retiring, I don't believe it. I don't believe it until he says that he's retiring, because that was the weakest fucking send-off I've ever seen in my life for somebody who changed a city. That was pathetic. Granted, the way that it was played, I mean, I kind of get it, but still, that was pitiful. If he retires, I think Taysom Hill will have the starting job for a little while. And I think he will get it taken away after he fumbles for, I don't know, the third time that season while he runs with the ball. I think Jameis will end up taking it. And I think Jameis will play a good season. I think we'll have a winning record. I don't think we'll make it as far as we did this season. I think we'll get the playoffs, wait, we didn't get eliminated in the first round of the playoffs this season.
No.
We will next year.
Okay.
All right.
Wow. That's faith. That's faith right there. That's Saints fan. So you don't buy that whole thing of Drew Brees looking at Winston and telling him this is your team now during the middle of the game?
Show me where his mouth says that shit.
He said that?
Supposedly.
I don't know. That's what all the clips are saying.
He's patting him on the shoulder. He's saying something else. He's not saying this team is yours now.
Is that one of those anonymous tips again?
But see, I've got
a friend who works with the Saints, and he said nothing like that. Nothing at all.
Winston's not even under contract, so we don't even know that if he even come back, because there might be one team that offers him so much money, and he goes, I'm gone. But do you think Alvin Kamara, however you say it, because everybody says it different? So I'm gonna say Kamara just to piss you off.
Kamara. Well, that's fine. Piss him off. He's the one who said it.
Come at me, bro. I got T-Pain coming at me. I got Alvin Kamara coming at me. It's cool. You think he's still a top running back without Drew Brees? Because we saw a couple games where he disappeared with Hill as the quarterback.
He is. I mean, he's still there. Well, if you saw the way that he was playing before, like the last game Hill was starting, it's promising. He got targeted 10 times, caught 8 of them, and had a really good game. So they've got to realize that they've got an asset in Alvin Kamara that they need to continue to use. And I think Peyton probably pulled Hill aside and was like, look, man, you got a guy in Alvin Kamara that can keep moving the chains for us. We need is better with Hill because I think Hill doesn't like throwing the ball, and when he does, he wants to throw it to the quote unquote sure thing on the field. So I think Kamara is still elite, very much so. Even if you saw what he did with Bridgewater, and Bridgewater to me, I'm sorry. I mean, thanks for helping us win 6 games, but that's it. I mean, it's the same with Hill. I mean, Hill's great. He can run the ball, but he fumbles every time he starts. Every game he has fumbled because he just keeps the ball and runs.
Yeah, AK is gonna get a workload next year.
I think so. I really do. I really think he is. I think Jameis is going to take over, and I think Alvin Kamara is going to finish as one of the top 5 running backs again, pretty easily, possibly top 3.
Anyways, we gotta wrap this shit up because he got shit to do. His wife's home. He gotta go drink some more monsters.
Nice. Out of a whiskey glass. It's pretty legendary, actually.
It is pretty badass because you never know, and you're like, damn, that fool's just kicking it, drinking that shit. Like,
I appreciate it. I did it on purpose. I'm glad you impressed. I'm out.
I mean, it don't take a lot to impress me, but
that's okay.
It doesn't.
Impressed.
I'm impressed by last time.
All right, so yeah, Alvin Kamara is going to have a much larger workload this season, or especially if Drew Brees does retire. But like you said, he hasn't said the words "I retire" yet. So until he does that, we don't know for sure. I have a question for the plug, real quick, before we start to wrap it up. I know Joe hates hanging out with us, so I know he wants to go. But do you know anything about Joe Lombardi? Should I be happy about that pickup for the Chargers offensive coordinator spot?
Yeah.
Good? He's good?
think you're gonna, yeah.
Okay.
I think you're going to be very happy. I really do. I think he's going to work with that offense, and the Josh, or not Josh, but Justin Herbert is going to be a force to be reckoned with, big time.
I'm
So
excited.
I think he's gonna help a little bit with the run game too.
Yeah, I was looking at his background. He has a very unique background. Where he's been in a bunch of different places under completely different people, and I'm excited for it. I think he's got a lot of experience to bring to the table as the offensive coordinator. And Staley, the head coach, used to be a quarterback, so I know they can work together on that. I'm excited for it.
Mm-hmm. I think.
What's the name on the Super Bowl trophy? What's the name on it?
Lombardi, and that's his grandfather.
So you think Lombardi is good at football? Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it's gonna pay dividends for. I said that a couple times. What the fuck? I think
Like,
for Eckler, I think Eckler's
I'll
gonna ball out too under Lombardi. I think Eckler's gonna be a monster. They're gonna put him all over the place.
It's gonna pay a lot of dividends.
Yeah, thanks.
To Eckler and Herbert.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I think, you got to think it's going to help Eckler just because of where he's coming from. He's going to be able to run a system just like he did with, what's his name? I don't want to say his name because I don't want him to beat me up, but Alvin Kamara.
There you go. Kamara.
Yeah.
Kamara.
Like
I
Camaro.
don't want to get beat up. So I'm trying to say, they can just mirror it right there, right? So I think it's going to be a good thing, even though I hate the Chargers and they're not, good enough to come in third again.
I like the Chargers, man. I gotta tell you, man, Joe, they're right up there. I root for them. I like Keenan Allen. I like Justin Herbert. I love Austin Eckler. Josh Kelly, a real nice guy, good dude.
You don't have to kiss ass to come back on the show. You're always welcome back. So don't worry about that. Hey, one last thing on the Saints. Let's go back to the Saints real quick. One last thing. I don't know if you saw this, but did you take that as a dig towards Drew Brees of what Michael Thomas tweeted out during the game, that if the defense knows that your quarterback can't throw deep, they're going to bring it up and they're going to play soft? Do you think that was a dig? Because people are saying, oh, that's Michael Thomas's way of going after Drew Brees.
I don't think he's going after Drew Brees, man. I think he's just – everybody's going to – anything Michael Thomas said – I mean, he could say, man, 2% milk's better than 1%. People be like, what? They're going to say something. They're going to say that Mike Thomas is just talking shit about anything just because, I don't know, people hate on Mike Thomas.
Are you saying that Drew Brees drinks the wrong kind of milk? Did Mike Thomas say that? Mike Thomas is a jerk, man.
Well, he's saying
Mike
that
Thomas,
he knows that he knows that Drew Brees drinks 2%, but He doesn't have
Drew
to. He
Brees drinks like
he could drink whole
he drinks
milk.
like almond milk or some shit, soy milk. That's what Drew Brees drinks. I think Mike Thomas drinks like 2%. That's Mike Thomas drinks milk like paint. I think I think Drew Brees drinks like soy milk or some shit like that. Like he just seems like that type of dude. Keto diets and all that crap. Like Tom Brady.
The Saints have a lot of work. We all know that. 112 million over the cap, according to overthecap.com, which is a website that I like to use. Throwing out there over the cap. If you guys like it, hey, we need a
Hashtag not a sponsor yet.
We'll throw it out there. But 4 straight playoff eliminations. The last time they were in the Super Bowl, and it feels like the Saints just won the Super Bowl every time you talk about it. But it wasn't. It was in 2009, right? So they have a lot. We got to wonder what Drew Brees is going to do. He's worth 36 million. So Jay, you think they're going to be good? You think the Saints are coming back? They're going to go to the playoffs, lose first round. Here's what you're saying. No matter who the quarterback is,
they'll be fine.
How long do you think that Sean Payton? I'm just saying, like that was the fate that you had. Like, hey, win the Super Bowl, we'll lose first
you can
round.
shit all over them, say they suck. No, I just
real.
You think Sean Payton sticks around for a couple more years?
What's that?
You think Sean Payton sticks around for a couple more years?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think Sean Payton's not going anywhere. They love him there. Loomis, Ms. Benson, they all. I mean, they click. They're good together. Like he's a great coach. I mean, he gets them. He makes that team scary. Like anytime you're playing the Saints, you're like, oh shit. If you see them on your schedule, they're pretty scary, man. I mean, if they get that offense going, they'll kill it. As long as their defense keeps playing the way that it is. What? Who you telling this to?
I'm saying the Raiders ain't scared of the Saints.
Anyway, like I was saying, I think Sean Payton's going to stick around for a little while. I still think Drew Brees is coming back for one last year. I kind of wish he wouldn't, and I hate saying that. And I know any Saints fans are looking at me probably like, this fucking ass. Now the reason being, man, is it's obvious it's time to hang it up. I hate it, but it's true. It showed all season.
His arm can't take it anymore.
And
it's probably linked. It's probably linked to the shoulder injury. It probably is. I know it was so long ago, but at a certain point, it is going to have some wear and tear. It's just going to be, it's done, man. And we've hit that point.
Yeah, the shoulder, the his ribs from this year. He's. I mean, it's time to stop.
Hall of Fame.
I don't see him going out like that. I just don't. I think he'll stick around, and I think that he will help develop Jameis.
Joe, don't say that. Joe, don't.
Does he go to the Hall of Fame?
Joe, don't say that.
Yes.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Does he have enough to go to the Hall of Fame?
What question is that?
His will be 10 seconds. Peyton Manning's was a 13 seconds.
Peyton Manning's was 13 seconds, and they walked in the room. They said, let's look at his resume. Okay, 13 seconds. How cool. Does Drew Brees get the same treatment? I'm just asking. I'm not debating if he is. I think just for what he did for the city of New Orleans after everything, I think he deserves it just off of that. Plus the Super Bowl and everything.
To be in the NFL Hall of Fame because he did a lot for a city.
Humanitarian award right there. Yes.
Or maybe because he leads in almost
I told
every
you, I'm not impressed by you. I'm easily impressed. If you gave somebody a hug that I liked, I'll put you in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Terrell Davis did, right? All he did was
I will say this chick that I served with, she's from New Orleans, and she said that when she was little, I think she said when she was a teenager or something like that she was at a grocery store and she was trying to get something out the top shelf, and she swears on her whole entire life that someone helped her get it, and she looked up and it was Drew Brees. I don't know if it's a true story. That's what.
How old is this girl?
She was in her 20s. This is while I was in the military a couple years ago. So I don't know.
That birthmark is.
I don't know.
They used to. Here's a fun fact for you guys. I lived in Texas for a long time. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but we lived in Texas for a while. And he went to Westlake High School. One thing is my sister was on drill team for Pflugerville High School. We went to a football game when they played Westlake, and the Westlake team was just dogging the girls that were walking through the tunnel. Drew Brees came back, cussed out every one of them, told them to hit a knee and apologized to every girl. That's a good dude. And he they used to call him Leech because of his face vagina.
My God.
Wow.
I used to call him Leech.
Jokes on them, right? Jokes on them. Look what he became.
Yeah, you might be a great NFL quarterback, but we called you Leech, bitch. Okay.
Well, remember when Nick Saban said that Drew Brees was washed up,
Fuck Nick Saban.
and he took Dante
Old piece of
Culpepper over him. Saints came up on that one, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That old piece of shit. I fucking hate Nick Saban.
You won't say it to his face.
I won't.
He does watch the show.
Nick Saban, if you're watching this, fuck you.
Oh, Nick Saban versus Plugged In with Jay next week in a steel cage.
That would suck if he was like, you know what? I might be on that guy's show. Not now. Yeah.
He thought about it. And he was like, fuck you, Nick Saban. He was like, oh, no, fuck you, Jay the Plug. Could have had me, Nick Saban.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about your NFL career, Nick.
Damn. Hey, at least he was
Way
there.
down the
I
road.
wasn't there.
Way down the road, we all hit it big. We're on the NFL Network, and then someone brings this video up.
Oh.
Remember when Jay the Plug? Yeah, I remember. I was there. I told him not to do it. I was like, no, Jay. I want that on record. Keep that on here. Don't edit this out. I said, Jay, don't do it. Jay, don't do it.
Let's go.
Man.
I'll
Like
go
that.
ahead with Nick Saban.
Yeah,
That's
we're gonna
fine.
end that. We're gonna end the show with that. That's it. It's like we can't go anywhere after that. That's like a
It's gonna be
legendary
Nick
coach.
Saban. Fuck you. You black.
And he
Go to
doubled
black.
down. And he doubled down. Jay. Plugged In with Jay on Instagram. If you guys don't know, Jay, you entered the war zone and you did great. You're welcome back anytime, because I like what you do with Mike. I like when you kick Mike's butt and knock him down a little peg because he needs it every once in a while. But Mike, I'll see you on Friday.
What? Not Micah Peg? What?
What?
You know what just happened? And I'm just going to go ahead and tell everyone. Someone knocked on my door, and I'm the only one home, so I went to check to see who it was. And it was the maintenance guy going to fix one of our doorknobs. I got to take the wig off. He looked at me like I was a psychopath.
Yeah.
So this guy's getting off to watching Patrick Mahomes right now, and I just want to fix a doorknob.
Holy shit, Patrick Mahomes lives here?
So look at this guy. This guy. Like what?
That was
Hey,
good.
or I mean, it is LA. Normal crap. It's just normal.
It just, you never know what's going to happen, right?
So
You never
this
know.
guy with a wig, two
Yeah.
guys on his shirt. It's all good. What were what were we talking about? No. But see, Josh McCombs. Who the hell is that? Who the hell is Josh McCombs? Josh McCombs is like the
Hey, what's up? I'm Jay the Plug, and you are fuck me. I can't remember. Welcome to Warzone.
That was so good.
I like it. Don't edit that shit.